Planning on moving to Destin, but having some trouble finding out some of the best neighborhoods that you may want to live in? Well, in this video, we're not just gonna go show you around here. We're gonna head onto the map and show you what you're looking at and what it actually correlates to out here. I'm gonna show you some of the best places to move to depending upon what you're looking for, because everything's a little bit different, right? And right now, I'm just gonna show you, we are gonna start in here on Crystal Beach, and we'll describe a little bit more. Let's get into the map.
All right, so welcome back to our Google map. So I just want to let you know where I was standing was right down here by the crab trap of Destin called James Lee Beach, standing right about here, just to let you know. So when we go into Destin, the area that is considered Destin is going to be all this area all the way up into about here, okay? And this is where Miramar Beach starts, right? And then we kind of split this area up into several different places. So we have this area over here called Old Destin, West Destin, where all the original development was. We also have this area down here. This is called the Holiday Isle area. And the other areas that we're going to be taking a look at will be right up here in Kelly Plantation. We also have what I was talking about earlier was Crystal Bay. And there's some other notable areas too that you should be aware of. So we're going to show you Indian Lake and all these others, but there's some other gated communities on top here. What I'm zooming in here now down here is Regatta Bay. Okay, so this is another really affluent area here on a golf course with the Regatta Bay. And there are other gated HOA areas as well, all the way up here until we hit about Miramar. So there's a couple kind of sprinkled out throughout there. But I'm going to show you where most people go and why. All right, so we started at Crystal Beach. So this is going to be this area here. It's just south of Highway 98. And of course you saw down at James Lee Beach. So in here, you'll see that there are a bunch of condos, not very high-rise condos, but just here, we'll go to the satellite view. These are low, maybe 5-6 stories high condos that are on the water. Now, they're not all condos sitting on the water. Some of these are single family homes that you can see, but there are some really interesting properties all throughout here. Where you're gonna see most of the homes is gonna be back here in the Crystal Beach area. I will tell you that a majority of these places are going to be short-term rentals. I won't say a majority, but a good portion of them are. So you'll be driving around and you'll see the signs in the yard for rentals and things like that for those short-term rentals, but they're beautiful homes. So if you're looking for a secondary home market, you wanna have that access with a golf cart to be able to go down to the beach and all the different stores south of Highway 98. You can't cross it with a golf cart, but you'll be able to go inside of here in Crystal Beach. You'll also see too, we put some aerial photos up over Four Prong Lake inside this area here, which is the Destin West, or one of these community that's in here, another gated community, affluent community, getting onto one of the coastal dune lakes. So really nice area here. We'll talk about the walkability is probably going to be one of the best that you're going to find in here, especially having that golf cart. The beach access it's public beach access, so you have the opportunity to get into those as well. The median price in Crystal Beach is about $947,000 all the way up to about $980,000. And these are for single family homes that you're going to find in here. Now the high range was all the way up to 6.9 million over the last 12 months, and the low was 240,000. Okay, and that was some things that needed some love. People really love this because there are sidewalks out here. Not all places do. The beach access, they're creating another beach access out there too by Terrapin Beach, or access rather. They just love is close to the Destin Commons. So if I come back up here, you're going to see this is the outside mall, the Destin Commons. Again, I'll just kind of open this up for you so you can see it. And this is an outdoor mall with all the different things that you would want. It's got a movie theater, it's got all the shops, little places in here for the kids to play around. It's a pretty cool area up there. So having access to this and all the shops and grocery stores and what have you within here is pretty notable. Okay, so now that we've gone from here, let's head over to the Indian Bayou.
All right, so let's go ahead and check out the Indian Bayou, and specifically here we're looking at Indian Lake, just for you to get an idea of what we got out here. Let's check it out.
So we have Indian Lake, Indian Bayou. It's kind of tucked up back here behind the Destin Airport. And this is different than the airport that you typically will fly into if you're going to VPS, which is actually out here at Eglin Air Force Base. But getting back into our area, this is the area back here. It's called Indian Bayou. Again, it's off the Indian Bayou Golf Club. So if you are going to go back in here, you'll see that it does have the clubhouse and everything else there, so you do have access to that as well. And a lot of these homes, which you'll see, I did a little walkthrough down in the Indian Lake, which is the community down here, to see what they look like. And most of these that you're going to see are built in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s or after. It's nice. It's got a lot of trees out around there too, so it really kind of feels like you're in the woods, sort of, in Destin. And the nice part about this is it's tucked back here. You're not going to get a whole lot of short-term rentals or anything like that, and transients other than people that live there back in this community, which is really nice. It's quiet, it's established, it's been there for quite some time. It's all residential. And here you're gonna see a bit larger lots than you'll see the ones that are mostly kind of crammed in there. Yeah, you do have the golf course homes that, of course, I'm showing you here that will back up to that, which, if that's what you're in Florida, it's perfect for that. And also just the custom builds. There's a bunch of custom builds throughout here. There's a lot of character back in Indian Bayou, so if you do get out here, definitely take a drive through here. People really enjoy that. So let's talk about prices in this area. So around here, you're going to see around 500 for single family homes, around 550,000 up to 595. Now those on the golf course are going to be a little bit more, just because of the golf course access does give more perceived value. Now the high in here was about 3.9 mil, okay, because it does back up to the water. And the lowest that we saw was 159.9. So let's call it 160,000. Again, something that needs a whole heck of a lot of work that probably didn't have to get a loan for, if you know what I mean. All right, so again, the central location is really nice. That's the one thing I want to go on here, because you can move in some of these back streets to be able to get around and not have to worry about Highway 98 traffic during peak season. If you are going to live in Destin, that's one of the things I would definitely tell you is find these back roads to get around everything. When everybody else that's transient 98, you can get through there in about 20 minutes versus sitting in there for 45 just in traffic trying to get through. So really good in there. And of course, as I mentioned before, it's kind of tucked away. You wouldn't even know you were in Destin until you drove out and you're like, oh, there's everything I want to go to. It's right there. So really cool with that. Okay, next one I want to go to is Kelly Plantation. In Kelly Plantation, we were able to get a drone up over this area so you can really see how expanded out that it is. You'll see that they have these really cool, there's three big condos out here. These are luxury condos. You get a golf view and you get a bay view back here. Really lovely condos. These are luxury condos that you'll be able to go into back here. Really cool place at One Water Condominium. And why I'm saying this is because inside of Kelly Plantation, there's 9 different neighborhoods throughout, kind of themed in their own way, have their own type of architecture, what have you. So there's little neighborhoods within it, which is pretty cool. There's a place to go ride your horses. There's a place to go golfing. There's all sorts of amenities that you would want. And of course you have a place to go launch your boat out of as well, club for that. So there's all these different things inside of Kelly Plantation, and one of the most, if not the most affluent gated community that you're going to be able to get into Destin. With that being said, it's upscale, it's resort style, it's going to have those luxury homes, it's going to have the access to the golf course, which is a beautiful golf course, by the way, and some of which will have bay access or bay views, which is really nice. And inside this, you'll see that the median home price for a single family home is about 1.2 million. The high that was sold last year was up to 6.1 million, and the low with 159,000. It's actually 690,000, and that was still a tear down. So keep that in mind. But there are condos in here. There are single family homes. There are townhomes in here. So you'd be able to get in there for a really good price. Even some of the townhomes, just a couple of years ago, I had one selling back here, and it was one of the newer ones that they had put up, and it was still gorgeous. It's a luxury feel. Like it's what you pay for to be able to get into it. But people really like this area because of its security, because of its access to everything. Again, you're right there next to everything. If you come out of Kelly Plantation, you're able to get to Fresh Market, and that's basically more grocery form of Whole Foods. It's really, really nice in there too. Really good food. Matter of fact, every time I go through there, I stop to go get some veggies. And then of course, if you do want to go, Whole Foods is on the other side of this. So really nice. You have access to a lot of the different restaurants around here. Quick access down here to Crystal Beach. Really like that. And of course, the security, not anybody can go in there. Heck, they even give me the business going through the gate if I don't haven't scheduled an appointment going through. Waterfront homes, golf course, all those different things. So this is really nice, and it's a really nice community to be a part of. So down here, we're talking, this area here is called Holiday Isle.
All right, so jumping down in here to Holiday Isle, we are down close to Noriega Point, and I just wanted to kind of give you a street view of what you can anticipate down here. So behind me here, of course, we do have the bay. So Destin Harbor, actually, is what that's called. So tons of that here up ahead of me. We had Noriega Point, all these beautiful condos.
Holiday Isle is a lot of condos, it's some townhomes, and it's some ridiculously big single family homes. If you come down here down Gulf Shore Drive and you start to come down here, there are these enormous luxury homes that are just built down here on the bay, okay? Oceana is a big popular one that we barely can get any listings out of. I've got people on standby just to be able to get through here, but you can see that some of these ones are very uniquely built and really, really interesting as far as those single families. Even the ones across the street, I think it was this one here. Yeah, it was like 6,000 square feet, looked like a darn mansion. Never been in it, but I'm hoping to at some point, if you guys are looking for something. Anyway, the vibe down here, it's gonna be waterfront. It's a lot of boat focus, as you can see. There's a lot of places for people to put their boats. This is great too. If you want to get around and you want to get a water taxi, they exist here too, to come pick you up, drop you off at your dock. And you'll see as we go through here, like there's plenty of access for it because you have access into Destin Harbor. right? It also has access into Noriega Point. They just redid this too, and I've captured that on our drone for the day, so you can see some of the updates off of Noriega Point. And then, as you can see, the Emerald Grande in the distance and the harbor walk that of course you may want to go out to, but it's mostly going to be that. This one, you're going to see a lot of short-term rentals, you're going to see a lot of turnover, and you're going to see higher prices in here. Median price to get in here is $550,000 to $600,000, right? The high that we saw that sold in here last year was about $4.9 million, and the lowest one that we saw, which was a condo, was $222,000. So people like it because of the harbor, because of the access to it. If you want premier access into the water, Destin Harbor's going to be the place that you want to go. You have marina access, and then of course you have the Destin Harbor, right? So that's why people really love this. And of course, right across the street, you have past the Destin East Jetty, you're going to have all the beach access there too, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. All right, last one that we're going to talk about is the West Destin, or what I'm going to call Old Destin, which is basically all of this area right here.
All right, so here we are. We are now in West Destin, or what we might call Old Destin, the original where everybody was at over here. So across the street from one of the newer parks that they put in. We'll go ahead and check that out here in a little bit. But just kind of want to show you around here just to see what this looks like. But you're going to get a whole bunch of different mixes of things out here. As you can see, as we're kind of backpedaling here, that's the Emerald Grande right there, and where you have McGuire's and everything else. But back in this area, you're going to find an eclectic mix of homes and all sorts of other things.
This is where all the original homes are. You can find some old concrete block homes throughout here. You'll find brand new ones. You find everything and anything. It's a very eclectic area of places, but it's got its own character to it. It's really nice because back here, most areas are zoned where you can't do short-term rentals. So if you're going here to live, you don't have to worry about having that all over the place. It's there's low tourism, there's low traffic through the back area there. It's all residential. That's a pure part where the locals are living. There are updated older builds. There are some new constructions, as I mentioned before, and you'll find bigger lots because they haven't been, condensed down or anything like that. So You're going to find some unique properties out here, from waterfront to kind of classic Florida cottage to brand new builds and townhomes throughout here. The thing that's really nice is because you're here, you have direct access down here to get to all the fun stuff, right? Down to Destin Harbor, to get out, quick access to Crab Island, all the restaurants and everything. And plus, being in the back here, you have alternative ways to get to where you need to go around town. The only one that still takes a long time is if you're on the other side of this airport, because there's no other way around unless you're going to jump in your boat and go somewhere. So it does take a long time to get around to that, but maybe that's what you're looking for. When we look at houses back here, this is where you're going to see the best prices. You're going to find a median somewhere around $470 to $499, which is improving over the last couple of years as far as median price. And I mean, good for you as a buyer. The high was 5.4 million in Destin, in old Destin, and the lowest that we saw was 250,000. Again, you can see the bigger lots in here. You can see the strong local vibes that you're going to have. It's closer to the schools, and you'll be able to get access to that pretty quick in grocery shopping too. So if you are looking at this and you're looking to make any of these neighborhoods something that you want to call home, if you feel like one of these suits you but really want more information, feel free to reach out to me. We'll take a look at some of these and see if it's going to be the spot for you to go. Now, I will go over which neighborhood might be right for you. Let's kind of talk about these. So, looking into Destin here, if we're looking for walkability, local feel, beach vibes, right over here in Crystal. It's going to be the best way for it. If you're looking for that quiet, full-time living, and you don't want to spend a huge amount of money, then come on back here to Indian Bayou. You'll find your own little piece of paradise back here with quick access to everything. If you're looking for luxury living, and as far as amenities and everything else, security, stuff like that, and just a great location, come in here to Plantation, and runner-up, I'm going to say, over here in Regatta Bay. Okay, and next for the boating and condos, yep, you guessed it, head on over here to Holiday Isle. This is going to be the best bet for you, the most active boating community in Destin. If you're looking more for privacy and exclusivity, going out to Destin-Fort might also be another option for you to go check out as well. So these are just some of those different options in there to check out moving forward. And of course, the best price, I almost forgot, the best price in the area that you can find to move into Destin full-time, providing that you don't want to do short-term rentals, is out here in West Destin or the older part of Destin. So again, guys, as a local, I've already had a decade of experience in buying and selling in this area and helping so many people. And I would love the opportunity to help you out. If you did come here and didn't get the local insight, you're gonna possibly have that opportunity, or you're gonna find yourself in the wrong house in the wrong area and really be hating life. So please feel free to give me a call. I'm gonna try to make your move as simple and as stress-free as absolutely possible. So again, give us a call, text, email, whatever you need to, and we'll set up either a quick phone call or full-on consultation to see if Destin or anywhere on the Emerald Coast here is going to be for you. But don't go anywhere yet. Not just this map video is going to go over everything. We have more and more information. So if you want more in-depth information about these different neighborhoods, you want to see what inside some different homes, if you want to see the pros and cons of Destin, Fort Walton Beach, or any place around here, heck, we even have cost of living, come on to our channel here. We're going to have a bunch that might be popping up around here, and click on that to see if this is going to be the right move for you. Again, my name's Tim Whittemore. I'm here with the Whittemore Group with LPT Realty. We'll see you in our next video. Take care.